So I hear people all the time talking about the end of the world. The end of the world is coming, and waiting for the darkening of the sun, the darkening of the moon, the falling of the stars. Guys, I want you to logically think about this, okay? If the sun doesn't shine, if the moon doesn't give its light, if stars fall from the sky, every life on this planet would perish. Think about it. The sun and the moon has to shine for life to exist on this planet. So if it darkens, everyone will perish. So I want to show you that it's just a metaphor or an idiom in the Bible. It doesn't mean it's literally going to not shine. So in Isaiah 13:10, for the stars of the heaven and their constellations will not flash forth their light. The sun will be dark when it rises, and the moon will not shed its light. In Job, who commands the sun not to shine and sets a seal upon the stars? Job 3:9, let the stars of its twilight be darkened, let it wait for light but have none, and let it not see the breaking dawn. Before them the earth quakes, the heavens tremble, the sun and moon grow dark, and the stars lose their brightness. It will come about in that day, declares the Lord God, that I will make the sun go down at noon and make the earth dark in broad daylight. Before the sun and light, the moon and stars are darkened, the clouds return after the rain. When I extinguish you, I will cover the heavens and darken their stars. I will cover the sun with the cloud, and the moon will not give its light. The sun and moon will grow dark, and the stars lose their brightness. Okay, so I read all of these in the Old Testament. Now it's going into the New Testament. The purpose of me reading this to you from the Old Testament is to show you if this literally happened in the Old Testament and all these scriptures, everybody, all life on the planet would have perished. But that didn't happen. So you see, when it's saying all this stuff, it's just idioms or metaphors. It's apocalyptic language that they're speaking, you guys. Nowhere in these scriptures do you see, after all this happened in the Old Testament, that all life perished on this planet. So when you see it talking about it in the New Testament, that immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. This is a metaphor. This is not saying this is literally going to happen. All life on this earth would cease to exist if this happened. Here's another one in Joel. The sun will be turned into darkness, the moon into blood. All this is metaphors and idioms. Think about it, you guys. So here's an example of the moon turning blood red. You see the sky? It's completely red. Here's another blood red moon. So here's an article that says, first time in recent weeks that both the sun and the moon have turned red in the skies. You guys have to remember, back in the biblical days, when they seen stuff like this happen, they thought it was something that God was doing. They didn't understand science and how the chemicals in the air and all that stuff change things. So this entire area looks blood red. This is from the Canada fires. So this is broad daylight, but it looks almost like it's dark time. Here's another picture of it being broad daylight, but yet it looks dark. You know what this is from? The Canada wildfires. Here's more pictures of it. So the reason I'm showing you guys this is because if there's so much smoke from the fire, it will make it look like it's dark, like the sun isn't giving its light anymore, and like the moon isn't giving its light anymore. So this language spoken in the Bible, when Jerusalem was set on fire. The smoke was so much it blotted out the sun. The moon became blood red because of all the fire in the city. The entire city was being burned down. So this is what they were referring to. In the last days, that generation would see the moon be darkened, the sun be darkened, the moon turn to blood red. They would see all this stuff because of the Jerusalem fire.